From the Shack podcast is sponsored by Thermopen. Designed for chefs and loved by home cooks worldwide, Thermopen ensures perfectly cooked food every single time. With its unrivaled speed and accuracy, sleek waterproof design, and a 5-year guarantee, Thermopen is certified to perfect every roast, bake, barbecue and steak. Myself and Dec highly recommend Thermopen as it's the only food thermometer that we use at home as well as when we're cooking at our pop-ups. So cook to temp and not time and enjoy the episode.
Yeah. Welcome everyone.
Episode 14, we made it past 13, the world didn't explode and we're still here, so thank you very much. I'm Steve, joined by Dec, and yeah, welcome to From the Shack podcast. We are only going to use, if you listen, it won't make any difference, but if you do watch, we normally have 3 cameras. We're only going with 1 camera today just because we're recording early. The weather's really nice and we both want to go light the grills at home. So, yeah.
Aren't we?
We're going to cover the usual stuff, what we've been cooking, what we've been up to. It has been an absolutely manic 2 weeks since we last recorded. Like crazy, crazy busy. Loads of stuff's happened, some of which we can talk about, some of which we can't. But yeah, we're going to cover that. We are going to cover the Alfresco Chapel Open day and the people that I met there and hung out with. We can talk about the fact that Cheshire BBQ School class was last Saturday, the first class. We're going to cover that, and also the wild grill experience, which I'm covering at Millington Hall Farm. It's like, this episode feels like it's like Steve's episode.
Steve's.
Steve's. It's all about me. It's all about me.
It's all right, I've got loads what I've been cooking, mate. Don't you worry. Just going to drag that bit out.
Yeah, so that's it really. That's what we're going to be covering. I'll reiterate now because I will forget at the end. If there is anything that you want us to cover on the podcast, do let us know. Keep tagging us. It's been great getting the stories of people holding the phone up where they've been listening. It does make me chuckle every time, and we do reshare everything that we get tagged in. So yeah, keep that happening. But I think without further ado, mate, we might as well jump straight into what we've been cooking. And you have to go first.
Been cooking.
You have to go first.
Again, no pod snacks.
No pod snacks. No
pod snacks. No. Which is about
they're busy, mate.
I've been waiting for Steve to bring them in.
I will, I promise.
We're on strike until Steve brings them.
All right, I will.
So yeah, no, I had the family over one night. We did a couple of types of wings.
Yeah.
Did buffalo, and we also did the Korean style with Firefly's Korean barbecue sauce.
Yeah, it's good stuff, that, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. Again, I posted a bit on social media about it. I mean, I reverse sear my wings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let us know if you do as well.
Yeah,
let us know. I mean,
I think I mix. I sometimes I do it that way, and then sometimes I do it the opposite way, where I'll say then just have them and I play around with it.
I just always, I don't know whether it's just out of habit, but I always just reverse sear them, and I don't know whether that's because, again, it's just for ease, really. And it's almost, for me, it's almost foolproof, and you're also getting that additional smoke flavour in.
Yeah.
So you know, you got the 1 hour where you're at a low temperature, anywhere between 110 and 130, really. You know, with one chunk of smoking wood in.
Mm.
So I'll just let it go for anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour. I normally do an hour, and it's normally about, after an hour at 120, it's normally about 75 degrees.
Yeah.
Bring them off, barbecue up to high temp, and then, you know, a minute or so each side. You can see them crisping up. Like, it's quite nice to see.
Yeah.
And then I sauce mine afterwards.
Yes, I do that as well. Yeah.
There's been a few times in early on in my barbecue career that I would always sauce them on the
like glaze them as they're cooking.
It just ruins all the flavour.
Well, I think it messes with the skin as well.
I just thought there was, like, literally you can't taste the difference. There's no flavour, so I always now sauce everything afterwards. So always sauced afterwards. I also did a load of smash burgers. I did 20 odd smash burgers.
I seen the Is this the big one?
No, this is.
Oh, okay.
I actually did.
Hold your horses, Steve.
I didn't post anything. I didn't post anything because obviously we had family over. I just didn't get a chance, to be honest. I didn't take any photos. You know, when you're sort of in the swing of it, cooking for everyone, your last thing you're thinking about is, oh, I need to get a social media photo.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. They all loved it. And they all took loads of food home with them. I think we were getting like text messages the next day that we were having smash burgers for breakfast and stuff. So that's that. And again, I use that buffalo wing sauce from Pepper Palace, which is actually like
right, okay, yeah.
And I quite like. I've probably said this before, but I need to work on making my own buffalo wing sauce, but like getting it really thick.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I want it really thick.
To almost
Real
really coat. Yeah.
But like a thick coating.
Yeah.
So you get a real good flavour.
Yeah.
Then I did the beetroot.
Yeah, so that was very fancy for you, mate.
I know, really.
I said so. I know that. Anna, look at him. He's changed. This guy's changed. Look at this.
He's influencing me. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of beetroot.
I'm the same.
I
can have it.
A little bit earthy.
I wouldn't choose to have it, if you know what I mean. If I was given a plate of food and I had beetroot on it, I'd eat it. But I wouldn't choose to have it.
No. Well, I mean, the missus basically found this picture on social media, which I think was generated by AI. We said, it looked so good.
There's so much of that.
And she said, I want you to do this. And it was like, where on earth do we get beetroots from? Nowhere really sells them. I went to all the supermarkets and ended up in Morrison's, and they sold them in Morrison's.
Ah, right. Waitrose do them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did. Yeah, because there's different kinds as well.
You can get different colours. Different
colours, and they all taste different. There's different sizes. They have funny names. Can't remember now, but they used to do beetroot dish at Linden stores where they were just pickled, I think, and sliced it thin on a mandolin, and you just arrange them, and then you'd have like little bits of like cheese, hung yogurt, and a few little bits of green tea and nuts.
Yeah, well, so I mean, I basically I sort of just roasted them on the barbecue for like a good hour, just with like salt and oil. Just oiled them up with just some salt, and then I took them off and peeled the skins off.
Did you just cook them in the coals then?
No, just on the grates.
Right, on the grates.
And then basically I just layered them with burrata and then sprinkled over some pistachios and then finished it off with hot honey.
It's very fancy, man.
It was very fancy. Do you know what? I couldn't believe how good it was.
Yeah.
The burrata almost masked the flavour of the beetroot.
Yeah.
It made it it was a different taste altogether.
Yeah. So Aldi started doing burrata, aren't they?
Yeah, I got it from Aldi.
Is that where you got it? I'd seen it the other week.
I got it from Aldi.
And
I won't be there for long though. I think it's an alien week.
All right, okay. It's a shame now because you can't get it anywhere.
I love burrata.
Yeah, you can't.
It's so nice.
Yeah, you can't.
It's so nice. So yeah, that was really good, and it's something a little bit different for me because I'm not one for plating and
it looked really good.
Fancy food. So
really good.
Something a little bit different for me. And again with it being veggie, it was it was really good. I then did a roasted tomato pasta sauce with it. So that I did that the beetroot as like the starter, and then I roasted the tomato sauce. So yeah, roasted tomato pasta sauce.
So what was the process of that then?
So basically, you just
because this is what
cutting up.
The reason I ask is because I'll come to it more. But when I was talking to like the guys on Saturday at the class, and you're trying to get across that you can do anything.
Yeah,
I think something like that is not something like normally people would think about doing, like creating a sauce.
Yeah, I mean, literally. I chopped something like 600 grams of tomatoes, a couple of onions, a head of garlic, and chucked it all into a roasting dish with some hot honey.
Yeah.
Salt, pepper, hot honey, and then literally just chucked it on the barbecue for 45 minutes.
Cooked it down.
Yeah, until it started, charring up.
Yeah.
And then I basically took it all out, blended it all up, and that was it. Really, there wasn't really, just added some basil at the end.
Was it sweet with the honey? Did it taste sweet?
No, but what it did is because it was hot honey, it added a little bit of a
right, yeah.
But then also, it sort of rounded off the flavours because tomatoes are
really
bitter, aren't they?
Yeah.
So if you don't sweeten them up, they can be a bit.
Well, it's like a tinny taste, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like a tinny taste tomatoes are. But yeah, because I always, if you're doing like bolognese or anything tomato based, I always add like a little bit of sugar just to balance it out a little bit.
Spoon of sugar, teaspoon or half teaspoon.
I think it makes you be able to taste the tomato more.
Yeah. So again, and it was quite thick. So again, just add a bit of pasta water to it, to thin it up. Really good though, really, really good. I then did the cornbread.
You did.
So cheese and jalapeno cornbread with that pan.
Yeah, that pan's very cool.
22 quid off Amazon.
Yeah. I don't know if I can keep copying you, mate, and get a pan as well.
Cool.
I don't know if I can keep copying you.
Honestly, I've got so many good ideas for it. I mean, honestly, I've got so many ideas. I'm going to do brownies. I seen like these little wedge brownies, right? And you put a strawberry on top, and I'll do it in the barbecue.
Yeah. I want to make madeleines as well.
Yeah, anything like that where it's just sponge and then fill it with jam and stuff. I think it'd be brilliant.
Vanilla cream.
Well, because it's basically the cornbread is almost like a sponge texture anyway.
Yeah. So and they're pretty dense though.
Yeah, pretty dense.
Yeah.
But that for me would lend itself to all that. And it's in the little perfect triangle.
Yeah.
So all the sides are getting on.
Yeah, all that crispy bit, yeah.
That's what I mean, mate. So I'm excited to do a bit more with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised how well it just come out. Like it just literally lifted out. That wasn't no mess.
They look really good.
So I'm excited to use that a bit more. For me, the cheese and the jalapeno, absolutely brilliant. I want to do a chili and do that with it. So I can the chili. That's what I'm really fancying.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Yeah.
I then did a burger called the Pizza Boy.
Yes, you did.
So it's out of the Beefy Boy.
Yes, you did.
I normally don't like doing stuff on burgers that isn't a burger. Yeah, it's like non-standard burger toppings for me.
It's like messing with a religion or something.
It's just like, it's normally a fad or something, or I'm a bit like, I don't know if I like this, or whenever I do it, I always think, I wish I'd just done a normal burger.
Yeah.
It's never as good as I think it's going to be. It might look okay, but it's never as good as I think it's going to be. So I did 2 patties. Yeah. 2 different types of cheese, Swiss cheese and American cheese. Yeah. So plastic cheese and bit of Swiss cheese. I then did, again, I had to do a mozzarella patty.
I was going to ask you about that, yeah.
Yeah. So do you know what I did? Go on. Do you know you can buy slices of mozzarella cheese?
Yeah.
I got like a full packet, right? And I just went through with a circle ring. You know the egg rings? Yeah. I just literally went through with the egg rings. Yeah. So to create like almost like a perfect circle. Yeah. Perfect circle with like probably about 10 slices. Right. But obviously in the circle, I dipped it in milk, flour, breadcrumbs. Yeah. I double dipped. Yeah. Just to try and build up a little bit of a double dip, a bit of a crust sort of thing, and then deep fried them. So building this thing, you've obviously got your 2 patties with the cheese. You've then got your mozzarella.
Was it proper? Was it like really delicate to handle? Then?
Yeah. It was like ready to ooze out everywhere. And then you make a marinara sauce for the bottom of the bun, and then you make a garlic and herb dip at the top of the bun. I mean, what Beefy Boys, what they do, they don't actually put the garlic and herb on the burger. They just literally have it on the side and just pile it in. It just looks obscene. Yeah. And then obviously in just a brioche bun. And I mean, actually I forgot. Actually, I had pepperoni as well. Sorry,
you did have yeah.
So I had pepperoni on top of the patties as well. But I mean, I tell you what, I can't believe how good it was. Like, I don't like burgers like that, but it was absolutely brilliant.
For me, when I seen the picture, it was like a showstopper. Like you see scrolling and you see it and you stop, you go, whoa. It looked class. It looked really good.
I had to take one of the burgers off, to be fair, I must confess. I had to take
that's the thing with most of these like fancy Instagrammable burgers where they've got like 5 patties. It's like, you can't eat it. No, you can't eat it.
I mean, I tried.
Yeah.
Well, I was just like, this is just not.
Red hot mozzarella, I love you. Think
mozzarella was pouring everywhere, and I was like, took one off, and it was fine with one off. To be fair, it held together really well. And I mean, even again, all the sauces in that book are bang on. The marinara sauce, again, it was just simple tomato sauce, but again, you could have that with any of your pasta. Yeah. And the garlic and herb dip was exactly the same as what you would get from, say, Domino's.
Yeah.
It's just banging.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant. So
I think we've mentioned that book so many times.
We have,
and we probably will carry on mentioning it because it's class. I think it was the sorry, you know what? I forget. I know everyone's Instagram handle. I'm terrible with names, but the lad who I've been talking to from Tribe Apparel, he picked it up this week from Alfresco Chapel. Yeah. I've seen it on Instagram.
Well,
so you're going to enjoy that part.
What you should do is, I think you should just literally flick through and whatever page it opens, cook that, because I'm just going to start going through the book now and just trying everyone, because I've tried 4 from there now, or maybe 5 of the ones that I would normally have, say, or stuff that I would normally eat. And you know, this was one that I probably wouldn't ever get. Yeah. And the missus was like, "Oh, I've got all the ingredients for this. You're gonna be dead. You're gonna be dead upset because there's loads of stuff." And I'm like, again on a Friday, thinking, honestly, it was bang on. I couldn't believe how good it was. So that's it really for the burger. Yep. I then did some tacos. Now, first time ever making my own tacos with masa flour.
good,
I can't believe how easy it was.
It's a piece of beep.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally like a flour mixture with water.
Yeah.
And then you basically roll up individual balls.
Yeah.
And smash it down.
Yeah.
Like, it couldn't be more simpler.
It's the easiest dough mix ever.
I couldn't believe how easy it was. I really couldn't believe.
Yeah.
And then so I did that.
Makes you think, why have I never done this before?
Why have I never done it?
Why am I buying tacos that taste as good?
They don't. Yeah, the supermarket ones don't taste as good. However, I'll come on to this in a minute.
It sounds like
I'll come on to it in a minute.
Sounds like
so. Obviously grilled them.
Yep.
You know, probably a minute, 30 seconds each side, something like that. You're almost not even cooking it. Almost.
Yeah.
They're quite quick. And then I did two different types. I did a buffalo and I did a traditional Mexican. Now the buffalo, I decided to go with lettuce, and then a grilled chicken thighs with like a buffalo rub, and then with buffalo sauce on the chicken, and then a blue cheese sauce which I made myself on top. Yeah. So just a blue cheese drizzle.
What do you use in blue cheese sauce? Is it like sour cream, blue cheese, crumble?
Sour cream, blue cheese, a little bit of milk.
Yeah.
Just a bit of seasoning, really. Yeah, there wasn't much in it. A bit of garlic.
Yeah.
A very simple line sort of thing. And then I did with the Mexican. I did the Mexican chicken thighs. I did salsa on the bottom, Mexican chicken thighs, and then I did this lime crema out of that book.
Yeah.
The barbacoa book.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, wow.
It's really good, that book.
I could not really ever had lime crema in my life, right? And I couldn't believe, like, it was just so fresh. It was like a fresh soured cream.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe, right, with the salsa, the Mexican chicken thighs, and the lime crema in that corn taco.
But that's the thing about sort of
I couldn't believe like how good it was.
Yeah, Mexican flavors is that it's your typical like grilled proteins, but then with a fresh hit, like with the salsas and it's like a freshness to everything.
Yeah,
well,
I was
the crema looks really good.
Honestly, as it comes together, and I put a post on saying, which one do you prefer? A lot of people said the buffalo.
Yeah.
I preferred the Mexican.
I went with the Mexican.
Couldn't believe how good it was together with the corn taco. But the corn taco probably didn't lend itself to the buffalo.
Right.
I think it would have been better with a flour taco.
Right. In what way? What made you think that then?
I don't know. I just like the flavour of the corn come through a little bit too much.
Too much.
Where it's probably not needed when you're doing something that's not Mexican.
Yeah, but do you reckon that's because you wouldn't necessarily? I can't say necessarily. I kept saying celery because I've been saying it all week. You wouldn't normally. I'm gonna get it some tea. I can't speak. You wouldn't normally, because buffalo, you're thinking chicken wings, aren't you? You're not thinking of it on a bread style thing.
Exactly.
So it's like, I think like an intrusion of a different flavour into that.
Maybe, it just didn't need, with the white flour tacos, where it's just like...
Doesn't taste of anything.
They don't taste anything, do they?
Yeah.
You got to think when you're doing corn tacos, it brings like an extra element, it brings an extra flavour to it.
Yeah.
They've got a very distinct flavour.
Yeah.
So, as much as I loved them, I thought maybe just a white... Can you just do the same with normal flour?
Well...
Can you do that?
I'm assuming so, and the reason I'm saying that is I'll talk about it when we say what I cooked this week. Because I kind of had an accidental.
Can I just add water
to flour,
to a cup of flour, and basically roll it up and just?
I've made flatbreads before, and it is just flour, water, a little bit of salt.
Sometimes yogurt, and then what you're doing.
But the only problem I found was they become quite crispy when you cook them. When they cool, they go crispy, and then you'll fold it and it'll snap. But that could just
pliable.
That could just be amounts of.
Look, if anyone's done it before, if people make white.
You must be able to.
Tacos, it must be the same.
Yeah, it must be.
It must be the same. Maybe like hydrations might be different and stuff like that.
Yeah, just the amount of flour to water. I think plain flour reacts slightly different to the masa flour. So you'd probably have to play around with.
You just have to add it.
The amounts.
You know what texture you need because if you've done it with masa flour, you know what texture you need.
So when I've made like flatbreads and stuff before, it's not been that texture. It almost feels too dry. almost.
When I done this, I thought it was too dry.
Yeah,
I was thinking to myself, this isn't going to work, because like I'm sort of like kneading the dough, and it's like breaking off and stuff. So I added a little bit of extra water.
Yeah,
and it seemed to be about the right amount.
Yeah,
I think that's just experience. You've got to, once you've done it once, I think you know where the sweet spot is. Like,
well, one thing I watched when I did remember when we got sent the crock sauce?
Yeah,
and I did the pork.
Yes,
and I made I made them then, and I used Wilson's barbecue video as like a bit of a guide, and he said, and it stuck, that when you do your dough and you roll your first ball, press it together, and if it only like cracks at the last minute when your fingers are almost together, basically, it's fine.
That's right.
Yeah, if you start pressing it and it cracks rather than
rather than like compressing,
it's not. You need to add more water.
It's really good, really.
And that just sticks to me now.
Follow us for more tips, guys.
Yeah, well, Wilson's barbecue, but we'll stick.
Follow us for more stolen tips.
Dave won't mind. He won't mind.
But that's it, really. That's all I've been cooking.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a bad list. Like
it's pretty good.
2-week period.
It was only when I was writing it down today, because I was thinking I've hardly cooked anything because I've been so busy. But again, I got influenced by you, mate. This is like #1 Instagram UK barbecue influencer in my eyes, anyway. So yeah, I think it was either the night of or the day after we recorded last time. I did the recipe that I'd done the week before, the ribeye with sweet potato discs. And I used jumbo spring onions. I seen them in Aldi.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I looked at them and I was thinking, wow, they look good. And it's kind of a cross between like almost a leek and a spring onion.
Were they as potent?
For me, too potent.
Really?
They were nice, and I finished them. I didn't leave anything like that, but
just a little bit too.
I preferred the smaller ones. Yeah, it was a really, when you have spring onion flavoured crisps.
Yeah, but when they have
gets you
onions, they're quite a subtle flavour when you barbecue. Do you not think?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't know what they'd be like raw, them jumbo ones. They must be mega.
They must be mega. Like.
When you get that thing here, I'm almost getting it now thinking about it. You start to salivate and you get that weird tingle in the side of your cheeks. They were nice, but I had to
just a little bit.
Like sauces on them and stuff. So that was with a ribeye from Catering Butcher. Nice. There's a couple of ribeyes up, which I've seen one of the people that I was talking to at Alfresco Chapel. They went down to, funnily enough, Wilson's Barbecue. They went to Dave's thing at Pro Q for his offset smoker lesson. And on the way travelling back to where they live, they went to Liam's. And
cool.
They got a cooler box full of gear, and he was cooking the ribeyes, and they looked amazing, guys. So yeah, congratulations on that. And then through being at Alfresco again on the open day, Wood-Fired Feast was there. Chris
influences me all the time.
And he was on the castle outside, and he was making these lamb tacos. And you look at it, and you're like, oh, Chris, what are you doing? What is it? And he explains what he's doing, and you think, oh, yes, it sounds delicious, but really simple.
Yeah.
And then you taste it, and it just knocks your socks off. Yeah. You're like, oh my God.
Most of it is like that for me.
So I thought, I'm going to have a go at that.
It really hit home the time that me and the missus went and had some of his birria tacos, and she told me the kids were well better. Thanks, Chris. It really hit home. That's
But this was around the same time you were doing your tacos, I think, because I remember you saying I'm doing tacos, and I was like, oh, I'm doing tacos as well, but I better not tell him because I think I'm copying him again. But I wasn't. I was copying Chris's. So I got some. Asked him how he did it. It was basically lamb leg. I just went to the supermarket because it was like a last minute decision to do it. I wanted to try them. I could only get lamb leg steaks. I just sliced them up quite thin, and then double skewered them.
Yeah.
And what did I marinate them? I marinated them in the Harry J's U Legend thingy with like some oil and different bits and bobs.
It's sort of like built for it, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got mint in it and paprika and a few other things. And then I made the tacos, same Wilson's Barbecue's recipe. Made the tacos and just done them all on the Somerset Grill. It was the first cook on the Somerset Grill, which I received, which is now down at the barbecue school to be used at the barbecue school for future lessons. And mate, it was unbelievable. It's so
because I don't get to eat lamb, so
so good. And all it was, Chris, when he did his, he made his own like sort of spicy sauce, but he used bone marrow, so it was like a butter bone marrow sauce. I didn't have time for that; it was last minute. So I thought, when I tasted it, I remember thinking it's got that like herby, garlicky vibe to it, and I thought I've still got some crock sauce, and it was the not so hot one. And I just put some of that on the taco first.
It's not hot enough.
It's quite hot, you know. Put some of that in the taco first. Layered some of the like charred lamb, but the lamb was still slightly pink in the middle, like perfect. Made like a mint and garlic yogurt, and then coriander, and that was it.
Yeah.
And just nailed it. Mate, honestly, I must have nailed about 10 of them. I ate loads. I just couldn't stop eating them. So that was one night in the last 2 weeks. Another night, totally just ripped you off, seeing you had wings and cornbread, and I thought, God, I love wings and
wings and cornbread.
It's so good. But dead basic, standard wings on the barbecue, crispy. Took them off, tossed them in the cherry competition barbecue sauce from Firefly, because it's just mega.
Yeah.
And the kids love it. It's sweet. It's one of them sweet barbecue sauces. And just made cornbread in I didn't do it like yours. I just made a round one because I haven't got that fancy pan.
Well, I have a confession. I did actually make 2.
I see.
I just had so much batter. So I was like, I poured it in and I was like, I had half a jug left. I was like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So I just grabbed the lid. Just because, again, I just grabbed the lid off one of the cast iron
perfect,
pots. Like, just grabbed the lid and just banged it straight in. So that's what ended up taking a load in work.
Did you?
I was feeling
so we had it for tea, and then like when the kids went to bed, I was watching some drama or something. Having a brew and had another piece, but with mine it's slightly different from yours. So you went kind of around the chili cheese.
Chili cheese.
I did.
Just a great combo for me.
Yeah, it works. It does work. I went honey butter. So made the batter as you would. Got some butter in the pan, red hot. Poured the batter into it. Started to crisp up the bottom straight off the bat.
Yeah.
And then put that in to cook. And then I just got another pan. Put a big knob of butter, loads of honey in it, just got it bubbling and melted and soft. The cornbread cooks in about 10 minutes. Took it out,
Quick, innit?
poured the honey butter all over the top, so it just soaked in, went down the sides, and it was all bubbling in the hot
I just
pan.
like the idea of it being a dessert as well.
Yeah, it was mega.
I quite like the idea that you could have it either or.
Yeah, it was so good. And then I let it cool, so that bottom like proper was crispy.
Yeah.
And then just warmed it through again before I served. But I also did I just got creme fraiche with some vanilla essence in it, like just whipped it through, served a bit of creme fraiche on top, and then a drizzle of honey, and it was banging. So good, so good. And I've never really, I've done cornbread I think once maybe. I couldn't tell you the specific time, but when I was making the recipe, I thought I've made this before.
Yeah, I've made it a few times before.
Yeah, I thought I've made this before, and I don't know why. I think I'll make it more now.
Yeah, well, that's
it's so easy.
Why would I not make this more often?
Yeah, it's so easy.
I was like that. I've made it, but I feel like I make it in like yearly intervals.
Yeah.
But I've got no reason not to. Like, it's so simple. You just mix a quick batter together and then basically pour it in a pan.
It takes 5 minutes to make the batter.
Yeah.
It takes 10 minutes to cook. It's zero effort, and it's just another thing that just screams barbecue when you're having like a traditional barbecue.
It's more of an American thing. That's one.
Yeah.
Americans have it with everything.
So it went well with like you did with the wings.
Chili.
Chili, good.
That's what I said. But I want to do it with a chili. I think that with a bit of sour cream on the top.
Yeah.
Dunked in.
Yeah, I'm going to play around with the flavours a little bit. I think I went sweet there. I think savoury would be really good as well because it's quite dense, so it is going to be great for mopping. Stuff up, like really good.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then I did tacos again, and
we pretty much both did tacos last night or the night before.
Yeah,
Sunday night.
Yeah, I'd still had some lamb left from the class on Saturday because I got like a big chunk of, because my idea was at the class on Saturday, when I do the class, let them all cook all the food, sit down, have the banquet, chat, introduce them if they're not already in the community, get them into Instagram and tell them who to follow and blah blah blah. Barbecue Up North, obviously, if you're not following them, give them a follow. And then at the end, just before they go, give them a taster on the asado on the Somerset Grill and do them tacos.
Yeah,
but they were all like full.
Yeah,
and I'd sliced up a little bit of lamb and I thought, I'll just use this. So I just did it, and it, like a few mad little, but they were so full. So I had some lamb. So I decided to make. I called them. No one. I thought I'm going to try and get more engagement here by people going, oh, it's not lamb tikka. So I called them lamb tikka tacos because it's got a nice ring to it, but there was no tikka in it.
Yeah.
It was balti. So it was lamb balti tacos. But
no one challenged.
No one challenged me. Man. Come on, that's what I did it on purpose, thinking.
I wish you'd have said that to me because I would have. I would have just sold you for a lot.
But so basically, Firefly BBQ have got a new rub, which is I think it's tandoori masala. So I just got some of the lamb, cut it up, oil, tandoori masala, some dried fenugreek.
No.
Just left that to sit for a little bit. I like the smell of the fenugreek.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird smell because it's almost offensive, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's a weird smell. And let's let that marinade. And the tacos are basically made the same technique, but using yogurt and plain flour, like a naan.
What, and
it worked. I couldn't tell you the amount.
That's all it is, isn't it?
I couldn't tell you the amounts because I was just winging it, and I had
to do any water or just literally yogurt?
Just yogurt, and I had plain flour, but I had to add more yogurt than I thought, so I'd done it, and it was proper dry, and I put more yogurt. I had normal flour tortillas in the fridge, but it doesn't work. I just use them. But yeah, it works. It was belting. I put them on the grates, like really close to the flame, and they just started bubbling. But the bubbles disappeared. It kind of went flat again. That's when maybe I need to play around with that.
Yeah, but you just had some.
You should have put garlic butter on it. So when it worked, but you know, because I didn't expect it to work, and it was working.
Just a teaspoon of bacon.
Does it garlic butter on it though, mate?
Yeah, that'd be real.
That'd be bang.
Coriander.
Garlic butter naan.
Yeah.
As a taco, would be banging. So I'm going to
You could actually be like really in season and do wild garlic.
I could do. There's loads of places.
Be down with the kids.
I do want to go and get some, but I'll be honest, I just can't be arsed.
There's loads by me.
There's loads by me.
There's a little forest next to me.
I keep saying, yeah, I'm going to do it.
I did it last year.
I can't be bothered.
I did it last year. It's very good, by the way.
I know it is, yeah. I've got stuff to do.
It is still garlic.
Yeah, it's just garlic. I wanted to use it for like salt. You know,
I wanted to make pesto and stuff with it.
Yeah, same sort of vibe. I wanted to do that
nuts
and freeze it, so I've got it all year round.
I've put it up into one, and big sausages.
Yeah.
Sliced it up and frozen.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to do, but again, I was just too lazy. I haven't done it.
I did it last year, but then again, you sort of just bring it out every now and again, or you forget about it in the freezer. I did that at Christmas. I made Christmas butter, and I only finished using it the other week. Yeah. Christmas butter. So yeah, anyway, I had the naan tacos. What did I do now? So I put the lamb on. Nachos, yeah.
I put the lamb on. I got some chunky mango, Indian mango, the jar stuff, because it's got chunks in it. I wanted it drizzle, sort of blitzed it. I had to add a little bit of warm water to thin it, put it in a squeezy bottle. I had Balti paste, mixed that with ketchup, made a Balti ketchup. Nice. Did that work well? Really good. And I still had some of the mint yogurt garlic sauce from the lamb tacos. And what else was on it? I wrote it down on here. And I crunched up coriander and then crunched up some poppadoms, and that was like a crunchy thing element on the top.
It does, because I keep saying I want to do another Indian style pizza, and I want to do with poppadoms.
Yeah. It
works. Not obviously afterwards, because obviously if you chuck them in with.
So what
they've all done that.
Well, they go soft, don't they? They go weird.
Oh, have you ever actually put it in a pizza oven? I did.
There's just burn, weren't there?
Yeah, well, I did it with. I tried to do a Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
And I put loads of like tortilla crisps on it and lobbed the thing at 1,000 degrees. This ball of inferno is just coming out at me. I couldn't believe it. They just set straight away because most of it's all.
Yeah, well, yeah, because poppadoms are deep fried. But the thing is about poppadoms is I used to have a thing about poppadoms. When we ordered an Indian, I'd get like 10 poppadoms because I loved them, and I'd be eating them the next day still. But like they go soft the next day. Yeah. The way to like get them crunchy again is just whack them under the grill for like literally 20 seconds, and they go crunchy again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So with the poppadoms, I just put them on the barbecue, so they went like super crispy, and I just smashed them up in my hands and just sprinkled them. But mate, they were phenomenal. So
feels like something that I would cook as well.
Phenomenal, those. Try it, mate.
That is something.
I'm going to do it again, but with chicken as well. I'm going to try it with chicken. I might do chicken tikka. And it can be a real chicken tikka taco rather than a rip-off. And then
we're going to do spin the cuisine. That's what we should do.
The dartboard thing, I say.
Yeah, but with tacos then.
Yeah. So no matter where it is, you could have a Russian taco.
Yeah.
You could have a German taco.
That'd be great. Like Reuben.
Yeah, that's a good idea, that.
Reuben taco.
Will it taco?
Oh my God.
Will it taco?
That'll be the one.
Listen. Yeah. You heard it here first. If anyone else thinks that with Will It Taco, there'll be trouble. And then the last one that I've got on, there was a few other things, but these are the ones worth mentioning. Will It Taco. Starting Sunday. Yeah. I had, so the same day I did them, I also grilled some chicken, because on the class, part of the classes, I teach people how to break down a chicken. And I was thinking, yeah, this is a really good idea to do that. But then I thought, I've not brought down a chicken for about 3 months. What if I look like an idiot when I try to break a chicken down? So I bought a chicken and broke it down in portions.
It's not getting the right seams and stuff, isn't it?
It's really easy. It was really, I was worrying over nothing. I'm a panicker, me. So I had basically a chicken portioned up in the fridge. So
I don't think I can do it, you know.
It's super easy, mate. The people at the class, like, they were like, but they did it, they nailed it.
I don't think I can, honest to God, I think I could have a go, but I mean, I think my dad would be seriously embarrassed.
No, I mean, your dad would laugh at me. You see, I'm saying it's easy. I wouldn't do it in front of your dad. Like, I'll do it in front of my missus and give it the burger, and I say, yeah, there you go, look at that.
Yeah,
so, but yeah, so I had a full chicken. So to season that chicken, I can't remember what I used now. I think it was the what's the Rojo one? Is it Rojo from Firefly? No, Greek gyros. The Greek gyros one it was. Seasoned it with that. Grilled it. I did the same thing, but me and my missus had half with the tacos, so we had like a 1 leg portion, the breast, and a wing. And then my neighbour next door, I had to tell her to bring a washing him because I was going to use the barbecue, so I felt bad. So I done her a bowl, and I put like the chicken tikka ketchup on it, you know. So it was like a curry, and I did like with like microwave rice in the cupboard. I did like a microwave pilau, and I knocked on. I said, "There you go." So and she was buzzing. So, and she said it was amazing, it was the best chicken I've ever had. So I was like, "Yeah, I need you to bring your washing in again tomorrow, please." But yeah, that was it. That was most of the things of note that I'd cooked. So I think we both did pretty well there, mate. Considering we both thought we were busy.
Again, been busy for a fortnight, but I just think you just make time. As I said, I try to at least every other night. Yeah, I try to at least like the barbecue.
Yeah,
and all weekend. Yeah, it's a given for me. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, unless
yeah. It won't be for me this weekend, but yeah, it's the same. Sunday it will be.
Friday it won't be because I'm going out for tea.
Oh yeah. Oh, we need to talk about.
I went to Hickory's, didn't I?
Oh, you did? Yeah, good. It looked good.
Yeah, it was very good, yeah. Very good.
The thing about Hickory's is, it's not bad. It's just,
do you know what?
Hickory's.
And outside, it was sunny, outside, on the river, in Chester, on the river, just looking out. They had a duck race going on where you could buy like little rubber ducks and then chuck them in the river. Do you know what? It was, for an actual place and setting, it was absolutely banging. The food, we just had couple of mains, like, because it was just lunch. Me and Mrs. had the brisket sub.
Yep.
It was like a Philly cheesesteak, but with brisket. And I mean, it's on my list this week today. Yeah. But really, really good, to be honest with you.
You got to do that leg of lamb.
And now it's in the freezer. I need to do it. I was considering doing it Sunday maybe, but we'll see. But it's, really, really good. The kids had, I think one of my kids had fried chicken, waffles, bacon, maple syrup. It was just outrageous, and the waffles were sort of sweet and salty. It was really good, like so. Yeah. So yeah, really good. Fairly impressed with it. The brisket wasn't as smoky as I would like, but then maybe I just like it. Really.
It's the price for me, and I'm not knocking it. I think if you go and take it and you get a good meal, I think it's worth the money. But for someone who barbecues, it pains me to pay that much money for that food. Yeah,
and I think they charged 18 quid for a sub. So I don't think that's that bad. 18 quid for a big sub with skin on fries and pickles. It's not too bad. It's not unreasonable. I just, as I said, it wasn't as smoky as I would like, but...
And did you have that between you?
No, I had one each, mate. I'm not sharing.
So yeah. How big were they? Is it like a Subway full sub or
like I'd probably say about that big. Like it was like, do you know, like you can almost get the one like the subs that are almost like milk roll subs. Almost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like in Aldi they sell the rip-off Subway breads, don't they? Seen them?
Yeah, it's not that. I mean,
because they're not as big as the 12-inch, but yeah, they're about 7.
I'd say it was about
8. That's at an inch.
Very nice. It was nice, so very good.
Yeah.
And I am actually out on Friday.
Where are you going?
Going to Apres, which is Tom Bateman's.
Oh, I know it is.
I can't.
Gareth now would be absolutely clicking his radio all over the place.
So I'm going Chef Tom Bateman's.
Yeah.
He's actually doing the full Great British menu.
Yeah, that'd be class, mate.
So I just thought of like having the wild boar and everything.
Let me know what you think of it. Well, we'll talk about it on the next pod.
Taste.
Because I think I might book that myself because I do fancy that, and I've wanted to taste this food for a while.
Mangalitsa pig and wild boar on a plate. I just need to.
I need an honest review if it's worth it.
Honest review, and it will. I know it will because I've been loads of times. It's one of my faves, but yeah, it's booked in for Friday.
Very nice. Very nice.
Should be good, I think.
Yeah, it should be.
So I won't be cooking Friday. There'll be no cooking Friday.
We'll look forward to hearing about that then.
Yeah.
That'll be Dex Food Review Club.
I know it's quite a segment.
He eats out more than he eats at home, this guy. Right,
so segment.
The segments that we are going to cover today. There's a couple, so rather than have a main segment, which we normally do, we've got a couple of things we want to get through. So there's like 3 main things, and we'll have a little chat about. So the first one was the Alfresco Chapel Open Day, which unfortunately you couldn't get to because you was at the footy. You missed a good day, mate.
Yeah,
you missed a good day.
Really.
It was a really good day. I got there fairly early. I think I got there about 10 o'clock because I thought I'm just going to get there and hang out, and I'll stay for a few hours and say hello to everyone and I get off. But no, I was there all day. Went for a pint after, but it was just good to see everyone. And the way they have it set up at Alfresco Chapel and have that all that across the front, the outside bit, that's where all the food was. So that's where Chris was. That's where John of John's Barbecue was doing. He did lamb ribs, and then he did a curry.
So I mean, in reality, like that is basically influenced you because you did a cross between taco and John's curry.
Yeah, John's curry taco. He did a lamb rogan Josh, if I'm not mistaken. I had a little bit of it, and my God, it blew my head off. But it was so tasty, so tasty. We've said it on the pod before where I've gone, I don't like heat as much as you, and I don't like. I tried to talk, when you catch your breath. So I was trying to style it out.
So you don't have your favourite chili list?
No, the flavours, John. You knocked it out of the park. It was bang on, and it was really good to meet John because I've been talking to John for many years on Instagram. And we haven't actually met. He's one of them, it happens sometimes where you think I've been talking to this guy for ages and never actually met in person. So yeah, it was good to meet John. Chris was there, obviously influencing me like he does, and it's always good to see Chris, Steve, Adam, the team down there. And just getting to walk around the shop and play. Charlie Boy Barbecue came. So I spent quite a bit of time with Charlie Boy. Top bloke.
Yeah.
Great to have a chat to about barbecue. Very knowledgeable. And some of the stuff he's doing, he's a bit like you. He does things that's a little bit out there.
Yeah.
That makes you think, oh.
He does some different stuff that makes me want him and Keith Cooks.
Yeah.
Just always makes me want to do different stuff. Keith makes me want to. Do you know what? I've never had game in my life.
Yeah.
Never had any game stuff in my life. But I watch his stuff and then I just want to do game.
He's got a little bit more mainstream now, hasn't he?
He's not
off game, but he's doing a bit more stuff that's sort of like relatable to like.
It's not game season, isn't it? A season? I don't actually know, mate, because I
don't know. I'd assume
cook that stuff.
I'd assume maybe there's different season when things are. I don't know.
I have no idea. Right, well, it just for me always influences me when I see it. I just he'll cook like partridge curry or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've never had it, but I want it.
I'll have a go. Yeah. No, there is a few, and Charlie Boy is one of them. It was great to hang out and have a look at all the stuff and try and refrain from spending money.
Did they have the Gosneys on?
Which is very hard. Yeah, the girl at Gosney stand there. Yeah. So the lad from Gosney, what was his name? I'll tell you his name.
I've met him at Sizzlefest.
He wasn't the demo chef. I think he was one of the guys that was in charge of sales or marketing, but he was there. I think they wanted to be there, so they just...
It's not Josh or something, is it?
I think it is Josh, yeah.
It is.
I'll tell you now because I feel rude if I don't tell you what it is. This is interesting, Mate, I speak to so many people online who I've never met. Charlie Boy... Yep, can't find it. This is good.
I thought his name was Josh.
I think it is Josh. I know why I can't find it. It's because I've got like 18 accounts on Instagram.
I see. I met him at Sizzlefest, I think.
Brad.
What were we on about?
Josh. Don't know. But it's Brad anyway.
Cool.
Life in Pizza, Brad. Check him out. Really nice guy. Had a little chat with him, which was really good. And then, just met... I'm gonna mention a few people that I met there and I was chatting to. There is more because I can remember chatting to you, but I just can't remember your Instagram handles. So obviously Wood-Fired, Feaster and John's Barbecue were big highlights. Christian from Carmagay, I had a good chat with Christian, which was really cool. And John was cooking on one of the Carmagay.
I like that. Like they're quite like, it looks like they're like sort of innovating.
Yeah.
Innovating Kamado cooking.
It was the first time John's cooked on one, and he really enjoyed it. So yeah, met Christian. Liam was there. Liam was down pretty early. He brought some couple of goodie bags for Adam and Steve, and apparently they went down very well.
Hopefully they included some hot links.
They were hot links. I suppose Sean and then Mark, who was the author of our topic last week.
Yeah.
Mark, I'm going to tell you this now. It's top secret. You can change your username on Instagram, because his username, go and give him a follow, give him a bit of a boost, is the letter M at B7. You can change it.
That's a good username.
Yeah, let's make it something barbecue, Mark. We'll take a vote online to see what his username should be. But yeah, Mark's really upped his game on his cooking lately. I don't know if you've seen he did them ribs.
I've seen him tagging stuff on.
Yeah, he did them ribs. They look class with the bone just sliding out. Smoking Pug, Gareth. It's good to chat to you, mate. He helped me out with the thing that I got for the warming oven. You know, I used that at Wild Grill. Worked like an absolute dream. Yeah, so big thumbs up to you, mate. Thank you very much. Paul from Potter's Barbecue was down. It was a flying visit, but it was good to see him.
Yeah, I always seem to, I've never met him in person, but I always seem to like nearly bump into him in Butcher.
Yeah.
Because every time I go in there, Liam's like, oh, Paul's popping in a bit. And then I just literally, every time I go, it just seems to just miss him by a few minutes or, half an hour or so.
He's a good guy. Did you see the video that you put on? Yeah. Where he, what was it he was cooking? I think it was was it a brisket or was it ribs? He's cooking and he went for a game of golf, and when he come back, it was like, it was charcoal. Yeah. He said, I think I can salvage this or something. He said, what can I use it for? And he started using it to practice his golf swing and knock it over the wall. It was good to meet Blame It Barbecue, and he's good lady. I was going to say wife then. I don't know if that's the case, but what are you waiting for? The Dip Queen. It's great to meet you guys, and I think you guys are coming on one of my classes soon, so it's going to be good to see you again. Johnny Fowle was there doing a demo, which I literally missed.
Johnny Fowle.
I was talking to him for about 10 minutes, and he said, yeah, I'm doing a demo in a minute. I went, yeah, I'm just going to go over there and grab a bit of pizza, because I've seen him pulling the pizzas out. I just started talking to someone and missed the whole demo.
He does some good stuff. Like I've had some I got some Iberico pork off him, and then he does some like rare breed beef. There's quite a lot of rare breed beef, and he'll like, so I had some different steaks off him. I had some German cattle that roams around the hills, and it was dry aged for 100 days. I
sold this to you, honey, mate.
Oh, actually. Yeah, there's got to be a story, hasn't there?
It's from Rottenstein.
There was what was the other one I had? I had Icelandic beef.
Right.
So this Icelandic beef that they finished feeding the cows on chocolate.
Right.
Again, I tried all these different ones, and they were dry aged for some of them were dry aged for like 100 days.
Jeez. Nah.
But they were quite a strong flavour.
Yeah, I can
Once you dry aged it for that long, it was quite a strong flavour.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice though. But yeah, he had all he gets like bits of that in, just a little bit abnormal beef. Or again, there's like have you seen like there's like awards for like the top?
Yeah.
And like that one with that finished on with chocolate had won like say the top one.
Yeah.
But he also gets like Galician ones in. Ones with the really yellow.
Yeah.
So
They're like you see that on Instagram a lot, where the fat's like it's yellow.
With proper grass fed, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've had loads of good steaks off Johnny Fowle, to be fair.
Yeah, that's good. So I was telling him, there's a friend of mine who his kids go to the same school as my kids, and he's a scout for Chelsea FC, but he lives in Alty, and I put him onto because I remember what was I doing? I think because he knew I was a joiner, he said, "Oh, can you come on?" He'd had a garden room fitted, and basically the company had fitted his garden room. And 6 months down the line, he started having loads of problems, and they was just like messing him about. So like I went and had a look and sorted a few bits out for him and helped him out, and got talking about barbecue, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's just I can't find a good butcher." So I was like, "Right, okay, here you go. Take a seat. You got Gav the Yorkshire butcher, you got Liam the catering butcher, and you got Johnny Fowle. That's all you need to know. That is it. Between the three of them, you're golden. You're golden." And I think every time I see him, he goes, "Oh yeah, I got some stuff off Farrell's Butchers. Yeah, it's really good." So, so yeah, I was chatting to him about that. But yeah, there was loads more people that I spoke to on the day. I spoke to the lad who deals with the social media for Kasai and Sous Vide, and is it Kasai Sous Vide? And there's another brand that's.
It's funny how they're all like together.
Linked, yeah. He was a really nice guy, and his friend. Oh, his pal is a chef, and I think he now works for that company. But he was doing a demo as well, and he did this. It's sous vide pork belly,
yeah,
and then pressed it and let it cool.
So it was really thin.
So, no, it's compressed.
Okay,
so it's quite dense, and then he sliced it cool, and then put it on the kasai to char, and then served it with a bit of pickled ginger on the top.
What, it was really good.
Hey,
could you do that on the barbecue?
I think if you can get close enough to the coals to get that, because it's just heating up so quick, and all the fat just starts to bubble and render. You put it in your mouth. That thing that we talk about with the lamb fat. When you put it in your mouth, you bite into it. It just bursts. It was like,
have you sort of pressed it down as it was smoking, like a low temperature, instead of sous vide it, and you could pressed it down so it compressed. Sort of thing.
Yeah, you could do. So we used to do at Linden Stores. We did a similar dish, and I made it once. It's on my Instagram. You go right down the bottom of my feed, and I did the pork. It was probably the best pork crackling that I've ever done, and I copied Chris's recipe from the restaurant, where I think I boiled it. I boiled it, and then I put it in the oven and braised it, and then I put it in the pan, and I put another pan on top and put weight on it and put it in the fridge. And then I just sliced it and cooked it in a pan. So it's the same sort of thing, but I did it as more of a with pickled cabbage and mashed potato or pommes puree and purees. But this was just as a just a bite. It's just as a bite of street food. I'm not really mad on ginger. I'll have it in stuff, but I don't like it.
It's on its own.
It's quite harsh.
It's spicy.
Yeah, it's harsh. But this pickled, or just a little little piece on the top, and he said it's one bite, and I was like, mate, it was.
Really good.
Yeah, it's so good because the pickled ginger is the vinegary and it just cut through the fat of the pork.
Yeah,
so good, really good. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it.
Like I said the other week about that walnut.
Yeah. I
can't believe it. I couldn't believe the flavour I was getting out of it. Yeah. I'm really adding that with a rich fatty meat.
Pickled walnuts is good with charcuterie.
Yeah, it was really good. I was
peppery beef or something like that. It's really good. So yeah, there was loads more people, but I'm terrible with names, so please do shout at me, tag me, and say, yeah, it's these spoke to me, you ignorant sod.
It was me.
Yeah. There was the guy who was, when I was getting the pizza, who I was talking to, and I can remember your face distinctly, and I just can't remember your Instagram handle.
Whilst getting.
It's getting pizza. I just kept dragging Liam around. Liam, come on, the pizza's on. Come on. I don't want like a greedy sod on my own, so I dragged.
So if you were the pizza guy, the guy where he was near the pizza, there's your shout out.
Yeah, there's your shout out. That's your shout out. Oh, there's a woman when we were watching Chris. There's a woman who come up and she was with a fella, and she I was stood there. And I think she was a local. I think she just must have seen something was going on and popped in. She said, are they ready yet? Are they ready, them tacos? I was like, no, they're not ready. And she went, oh, you look familiar. I was thinking, maybe she watched the podcast. I said, oh, right. She went, yeah, you're from Accrington. I went, no, I've got all my own fingers. She started hitting me. She started hitting me. Oh.
I need 7. 5 7s all around.
I need to judge the crowd. I need to judge the crowd in future, I think. But no, it was a good laugh. It was a great day. And then a few of us went to the pub after, helped clean down, went to the pub. Oh, I have to mention the hot wing competition. Mark, Mark B7, his good lady, smashed it. Honestly, she looked like she was just eating sweets. And there was a guy who couldn't speak. And he was in the toilet. I was coming out of the toilet. And he was in the toilet. And he was throwing wet water in his mouth. Like, you all right, man? He's like, I can't speak. And then she just come in and she's like, oh, you're quite nice there. So flipping heck. So fair play to you, absolutely smashed it. I think they called it a draw in the end.
I always think I could smash like hot wing challenges.
I was saying that. I said if Dex he's got a certificate, he's been in the sun.
I don't want to hear it, like, because I just think my stomach would
ruin you
absolutely
for the rest of the day
and that as well. I've done it before, and I just didn't enjoy it afterwards. So I've just
that's kind of my fault. I mean, I'm not into heat anyway, but if I need an excuse, that's what I'd go to. It'd ruin my day. I'd be. Do
you know what?
I'd have heartburn all day.
I was at a food festival once, and they had like this. You go around. You know when you're like I think it was the one at Tatton Park, Cheshire Food Festival. Festival.
Great British Food Festival,
something like that. And I tried all the hot sauces, and like they never, for me, like obviously they're never really like that hot, like sort of thing. And some of the ones towards the hot they were hot enough. And he said, "Oh, if you really like hot sauce, try this." I'm not joking you, right? He dipped this little stick in it, and it come in this little tiny bottle. It must have been like,
I think I had it.
It must have been like an extra.
You keep talking, and I'll try and find his picture.
And I had it, right, and I'm not joking. I thought I was having an out of body experience. I felt like I was seeing myself walking to this food truck, asking for a bottle of water, and I felt like I was outside my body, asking for this bottle of water. It was unbelievably hot to the point where I was sweating. I mean, and I like spicy foods, and this stuff, whatever it was, well, I don't know what it was, but whatever it was obscene, mate.
This is going to take forever to scroll down because it's not got a great reception there. But what I'll do is I'll find it and I'll send it you and I'll post it. There's a picture of me and my pal. We went to the Great British Food Festival. I'm sure it's the one you're talking about. And it's the guy.
He got it from behind.
Yeah. Because the guy I was with, the lad I was with, Matt, he doesn't listen. He should do. So if you listen to this and it's 6 months down the line, you're late to the party, Matt. Come on, sort your life out. But he likes he's like you. He likes his hot sauce, and he was like trying them, and I was like laughing. And mate,
well, this thing,
it was just a dip on the stick. And honestly, for about 3 hours, I could taste it.
Yeah, I really struggled like after it again, and I'll eat anything, but this was just something else. As I said, I've never had a chili so hot that it's given me an out of body experience. Anyway,
yeah, it was because they were laughing at me. I don't know why. That's it. I'm an idiot. I said I don't like hot food. After this,
but it come in like a little bottle. It must have been an extract. It must have been pure chili extract from some Carolina Reaper or something. It was obscene, mate. Honestly,
I can't find it now. I'm not far back now. I found the original post for when I interviewed Ryan. So I think I've gone too far. That's Food and Flame, the first one. I'll find it and I'll send it. I bet it's the same one. But yes, we digress. Mark's missus absolutely smashed the hot wing competition. So congratulations. I think they called it a draw in the end between them all because they all did really well. They were all there with I think they had bottles of milk, and whoever drank the milk first was out. And I think they all but some of them looked like they were about to keel over. So that was the Alfresco Chapel Open. I highly recommend you get down there. If there's another one, I highly recommend you get down there regardless. If you're into barbecue or in the market for a barbecue, get down to Alfresco Chapel and speak to Adam or Steve or anyone else down there. They will look after you. They will send you in the direction that you want to go on. They won't just say, "Oh, look at this, is the most expensive barbecue in the shop." They'll ask you what you want to do with your barbecue, what you want to achieve, what you want to cook, and they'll find you a barbecue that fits your budget and fits what you want to do. So yeah, go and check them out. So that was Alfresco Chapel's open day. Okay, so super busy week for me. On Saturday just past was the first class at Cheshire BBQ School. Yeah. Really nervous. I was as excited as I was nervous all week. Yeah. But then the night before, like my belly just started doing. I was thinking, what am I doing?
Once you gotta get a few under your belt.
Yeah, it was. But I had nothing to worry about. In the week, I turned up, I had to get a van. My missus was over the moon because I got like 8 barbecues out the back garden and brought them down to the farm because they are at Millington Hall Farm, which is the same place where I'm doing the Wild Grill Day demo things. So it's great for me because everything's just in one place. And we're also going to try and incorporate some of the barbecues into the Wild Grill Day, which I'm fine with. And they're happy with me to do like crossover and promote classes and things like that. So
easier anyway.
Yeah. And so we had the first class. The group of guys turned up, and I couldn't have asked
for a better
group for the first one. 2 of them are like really local to me, which is great. And it was just from beginning to end, we were just having a laugh.
Yeah.
Just having a laugh.
That's what you want.
Yeah. But I worried because we're into barbecue and we know what we know. It's hard to remember what the things were that you wanted to know when you were learning.
Yeah, I get that. Like,
do you know what I mean? So I'm like, right,
sort of like saying things as if like everyone would know.
Yeah. But how many times did
you don't know?
How many times did I send you? This is my overview of the lesson. What do you think? Have I missed anything? Have I missed it? It's basically the same things, just in a different order. I got like a big whiteboard and I put like bullet points on it and I put little diagrams on it.
It's what I thought it was.
I put it up and it's in the little outhouse where we do it, and it looks good. And they were taking photographs of it, like you said.
The first take photo.
But it was more for me that, so I could remember where I was up to.
Yeah.
So it's like twofold, but yeah, it ran great. And some of the food that they knocked out was spectacular. I kind of said to them when they turned up, we made.
Quite like that they were doing it as well.
Yeah, well, I said that to them. I said, listen, I'm not cooking today. I'm gonna show you a couple of things.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna talk through a couple of things before we do it. But you guys are gonna be doing all the cooking.
You don't want it really to be a demo.
No, it's not. There's no point.
Interactive class.
If they want to watch someone cook, they can do that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Can't they? Do you know what I mean? And I said, look, you're going to be doing it. I said, and the benefit of this is I kind of want you to make the odd little mistake, because then you can ask me a question or I can point something out. Whereas if you just watch me do something and then go home and try and replicate it and something doesn't turn out how it did when I was doing it, or you come across something that you can't remember what I did, I'm not there to tell you.
Yeah. Because again, everyone learns differently as well.
Yeah.
And hands-on learning, I think, is quite.
I'm hands-on. I could read a book. I think I've said this before. I could read a book front to back 7 times, and it won't go in. It just won't go in. So we started off. We did some barbecue Scotch eggs just to break the ice. I had like a little.
I'm gonna have to make some more. I've done it a few times, and they're so good.
Yeah, they're great. Even they were like, I can't believe I've never done a Scotch egg on a barbecue.
And I can't believe how good they are.
Yeah, and they were like that. They were amazing.
Every time I do it, I go like, can't go.
So good. These so good. We had I've got like a little dingy hob, you just plug in, like one that we take to pop ups. I had that, so we soft boiled some eggs, 6 minutes, and then in ice water.
Did you go runny?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
One didn't turn out runny, slightly runny, but you wouldn't call it runny.
Do you know what I struggled with when I did it? I remember now, like the first time I did it, I struggled getting the egg central. Yeah,
there was a few. So we had. I mean, they're all different every time.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know whether it's just a knack or what. You just
Well, I think when you fold it round, the top bit where you press it, that's naturally going to be thicker than the rest. So it's. I think it's just doing it, repetition.
Yeah, definitely.
But we had one where it was like twice the size of everyone else's because it'd use about 5 sausages. But I was like, it's fine, don't worry, it's fine.
That one,
listen, that's yours. Because when we were trying to, get the shells off it, it's a nightmare, innit? And I ruined 2. I ruined 2 eggs, so I didn't have enough to have one for myself. So I was like, I'll just have half your egg. Yes, it's massive. And then there was another lad who, when we were trying to turn it, it stuck, and so it exposed part of the egg, but it still turned out great. And all the others were fine. And we just like cooked them. Got them direct, got a bit of colour on them, put them over to indirect, let them just cook through, kept probing. They all had a thermopen each, and I was like, use your thermopen. Don't paste the egg. Don't paste the egg, just the meat. The egg we don't want to cook anymore. We just want to get this meat cooked, and when it's cooked, they're coming off. And they were
them in barbecue sauce.
Glazing them in barbecue sauce, instead of tacky. And we had them. And that was a good laugh, because you had like the big one, you had the one where he got stuck to the grates, and then it was good icebreaker, just get people talking. So yeah, it was good. We did that, and then from there, we spoke about the anatomy of a barbecue. Broke down a Weber, what the lid's for, what the vents are for, the different grates, the charcoal grate, the cooking grate, how to control the heat and things like just a quick overview.
Yeah.
And then we spoke about charcoal, difference between lumpwood, briquettes, how to know when you check.
Again, when you're on a Weber, you will use both.
Yeah.
If you're on a ceramic, you lump wood. But on Weber, to be honest, on the Weber I had, I always use briquettes.
Yeah.
I don't very rarely use lump wood on the Weber I had.
I do all the time. I use briquettes because
I just like it was more when you were doing the snake. It was snake
low and slow. If I'm doing the long
uniform,
for a longer cook, I use briquettes on the Weber.
Yeah.
Well, I'll use anything, but if I've got briquettes, I'll use them. Weber sent me some briquettes, so I had some, so I'll use them up, and I won't use them to grill on, because I just find lumpwood just gets a lot hotter. And yeah, we just spoke about that, and how to light charcoal, how to know when it's ready to cook. That's another thing. Like, you got to don't dump it till it's ready to cook. If you dump it before it's ready to cook, you're gonna be fighting it the whole time. You're not going to get hot enough. That kind of vibe. And then we broke down a chicken. And again, it was one of them things where I was unsure if they'd even want to know that. But like, they were like, this is great. Like, I would not have done this before. Like, because I was thinking, it's not barbecue, is it? Like, it's something else. But
no, but it's something like that's like in addition to your barbecue arsenal sort of.
Yeah. Well, in anything. I was like, you could go to the supermarket and you buy a portion of chicken legs, a portion of chicken thighs, and a portion of breasts, and you won't get the skin on the breast, which annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And it'll cost you X amount, or you can buy a chicken for £4. And you get 2 of everything.
Great if you were like, if it was just a couple or something.
Yeah. Well, that's 3 meals for a couple.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Not excluding the wings. Save the wings up in the freezer till you've got enough to do like a portion of wings. You're laughing. But yeah, they loved that, and they all smashed it. Like, broke it down, no problems. Then we put some oil and salt and pepper on it. Put them in sealed containers. Put them in the cool box. Got the steaks out. Told them about like getting the steak out. Left everything in a packet. So it was all in a packet from Liam at Catering Butcher. Got them out of the packet, dried them off, salted them, put them back in a container, let them just sweat, let the moisture come out, and then seep back in. Explained why you do that, just to season them all the way through. Done the same with the veg, and then we got to lighting barbecues. Got them. We had like a couple. We had two Weber set up for 2 zone, and one Weber set up just full grill for the steaks and the veg, and just let them cook. Let them cook. Let them cook. And they cooked, and they absolutely smashed it. And I was basically just before anything hit the grill, explain to them whereabouts they want to be with the temps, what they're looking for, and then said, right, when they go on, this is what you've got to do. Because I didn't want to like say, right, whack them on, and then go, oh, you need to move it. I wanted to give them the information first, so they've got it. And they've got something to go off, and then I kind of just I was just walking them around really, and they smashed it. We got everything off. I had the hot hold there, so I could put it in, and we could just take our time, do that. So I got the chicken cooked, took that off. The wings, got all the wings done, and then done the steaks and the veg, and then while the steaks were resting, we got the chickens back out. And just crisped up the skin.
Again, like almost reverse searing is for me the top.
You can't beat it.
Top way of doing it,
and it's like a safe
proof.
Yeah, it's a safe way of doing it. Yeah.
Always
safe way of doing it.
Loads of stuff as well. I forgot. I don't realise how much I actually do.
Yeah. Oh, we had some hot links as well from Liam. Again, like the
reverse searing them as well.
No, just low. Just 110.
You're not crisp them up a bit at the end.
No, just 110. Just let them pop as soon as you slice them. Beauties. And then just let them plate up, just showing them how I dress things, how you can make things look a little bit nicer. And honestly, I'm not just saying it, I sent you the picture. In my eyes, that table of food that they put out, you could have been in a restaurant, I think. And that was like a group of guys who have got a little bit of knowledge about barbecues. They've gone on a foundation course.
That's what they want, isn't it?
And they've absolutely smashed it.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple of them who have, like, there was one of them who's from up Liam's way. He actually shops with Liam. Mark, if you're listening, shout out. He posted on Facebook that evening, that he'd been to the class. Didn't know me, he wasn't friends with me or anything, so didn't tag me. It wasn't like, he was just posting it, he'd been on it. And I won't embarrass him, I won't say what it says, but it was such a lovely message to read.
It's worthwhile.
And I was like, I think I've done all right. I've done all right. And like, he's shown all pictures. And then a couple of days after, he was like cooking some of the dishes for his missus that he'd cooked at the class, and absolutely and smashing it as well. So that was really good. And it was just, I got loads of really good feedback. And then like through posting about that, a lot of people reached out. And like we saying, can I get a link to the classes and da-da-da-da. So it was really good. Loved every minute of it. Can't wait to do the next one. I've got a bit of a break now because I'm doing the Wild Grill every weekend for the next 3 or 4 weekends. And then I've got, I think it's 4 or 5 weekends of classes after that. But really good. Really, really good. Just a quick one on the classes. I think I'm going to be doing some collab classes. You'll have to get involved, mate.
Yeah.
Have to get involved. I spoke to John and Chris, and they're really keen to come and do it.
Around the world in barbecue.
Yeah.
Just do your run.
Run, eating cuisine, a beetroot class.
I'm your man. Veggie one. Veggie ball.
Oh, it'd be good. It'd be good just to get a few of us, just to see if we, and just do a bit mix of everything. Do you know what I mean? Just do. I think it'd be a right laugh. I think that'd be a right laugh because I think that's the thing. That's the problem that people hit. They kind of get stuck in a rut of cooking the same things, and that's when they sort of become a little bit disheartened with barbecue. It's like, oh, you know,
I've done this.
I've done it. And like, just spread your wings.
Gotta explore.
Spread your wings. So yeah, that was the barbecue school. Loved it. Can't wait for the next one. And then I had that on Saturday, and then Monday just gone, which was yesterday. Tuesday?
Yesterday, yes, it's Tuesday.
Yeah. So yesterday was the first Wild Grill demo. A weird one because it was on a Monday, but it was a corporate booking. So it was 14 chefs. 14 chefs from a company in Wales that own a lot of like gastro pubs. So I was like, great. You know, I'm cooking on a pit that I've used once.
Definitely.
I've used once. It's a little bit clunky. I've got them for 4 hours, and I've got to show what an offset smoker can do in 4 hours. So I was like, great.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
But again,
Weber kettle.
super nervous, but I had no reason to be. The guys turned up, and I pretty much opened with that when they come over. So they come. I mean, it's amazing. You've probably seen it on Instagram. I don't know if you've seen it. All the big teepees and the tents, and you go in, and it's like proper, like top class. They come in, and we just stood there. And you introduce yourself. He's like, I'm Steve. I'm going to be showing you around the barbecue later on and everything like that. And then I set off then, and I tend to my fires and get my meats on and prepped, and I'm just cooking away.
Keep the fires lit.
Keep the fires lit, yeah. And then later on, they then come down, and I just talk about the offset and barbecue and charcoal. Bit much what I do in the class, just a bit of an overview. But when they come down, I was like, all right, lads. I said, so I understand this is your first time here. Don't worry about it. It's mine as well. And I've just been told, you're all chefs. Eating great. And that just put the eyes because they always started laughing. And but they were proper sound. There was a couple of them who were banging. They'd been to Texas and everything, were banging to barbecue, asking loads of questions, which was great for me because I just never run out of stuff to sell.
You get in your groove then.
Yeah, and I was just talking. And then they go off and they go back into the main tent. They have a few drinks, and they have a butchery demo, but they get involved, so they're cutting their own chops, they're making sausages, all that kind of stuff. And then when they come back down to me, I have a choice of what to do with them. I can either have them flavouring wings to cook some wings. I can have them cooking the sausages. But what I thought we'd do, because the butcher had loads of offcuts of goat, pork, beef, and lamb. I just got them to make like skewers, but I had all different rubs out and stuff like that, and oils and things. And I was like, right, okay, you know, you're chef, so I don't need to tell you much here, but play around with it. And then we were grilling them on the grill.
Did you try any of them?
I didn't. No.
That's what I'd like. I'd like to see what they'd come up with.
Yeah.
Flavour combos.
I'm just going mad. I was like, it cost money, them rubs, you know. That's just like dust everywhere.
Oh, no. I'd like just to see what flavour combos.
Yeah.
They should really.
Yeah. I think they were more interested in the booze, to be honest with you. But no, they were proper good lads, and we had a good laugh. The only issue I had, I was worried about, because I was thinking, what am I going to talk to them about? What am I going to talk to these people about?
Yeah, but the common denominator is food.
Well, my problem was, you know me, I talk too much.
What, you like tweezers?
I talk too much. So it got to the point where I was chatting away, and then I just thought, oh, flipping heck, I've not put a log in for about an hour.
Yeah.
I went and looked, and my fire was nearly out. But we did. Obviously, we can't smoke meats properly in the time that we've got, that window.
Yeah, it's not really suited to that.
No, so we're cooking at high heat, and we're basically like roasting. So I had like a top side of beef, which is always going to be tough. I mean, I cooked it like almost rare, medium rare. So it was lovely in the middle.
Off like
but
52,
about 53, I think it was.
Yeah.
Took it off, just hot hold it. But when you sliced into it, it looked perfect. But it's top side for me. I don't like top side.
I don't.
It's chewy, and it's
Not on silver side.
I just don't think it's going to show off. But this is one of the things they said, which is what I really like about the guys at Millington Hall Farm, because they had a few people there last year. They had some decent pitmasters there last year. They had the guy from Knight's Barbecue in Hume, does all that sort of the West Indian Jamaican take on.
Oh, okay.
He built his own barbecue and everything. His stuff's really good. They had Faye there from Grills. So they've had some good people, and I think it's the window of time they've got. So I've had some conversations with them today about, listen, can I just have a bit of free reign and shoot with this menu? And There's stuff that I just don't think is showing off what you can do. And it's such a good day. I think we should do it to the best that we can. And they're like, yeah, whatever you want to do, you do. So I mean, hats off to them for that. So I think I'm going to drop the top side. Top side's going. And I think, well, I want to cook some stuff the night before at home. If they're allowing me doing it and they give me the fuel, I'm at home.
8-9 hours, isn't it?
I'll just do it. I'm not bothered. And what that means is then that when the people sit down for the banquet at the end and eat all the food, they're getting smoked food rather than roast pork, roast beef, roast lamb, which is what I gave them yesterday, which is fine. And they were all like, yeah, it's so nice. But it's not barbecue. In my eyes, it's not barbecue. So we're going to play around with the menu.
Get the summers out.
I know.
Just get the summers out.
Well, it's got one of them on the other side of it. So it's got the smoker chamber, and then on the far side, it's got an asado thing on it, and then it's got a knob.
I just feel like she get them on them out doing butterfly leg
lamb leg, yeah,
direct.
I think. I said to him when we had the conversation about the barbecues from the class, and I was like, "Look, do you know what? If we bring some of the Webbers over or anything, it might relate more because they're going to look at that and they're going to go."
Yeah.
They're not going to think, oh, I can do that at home, because they're looking at something that they'll never own.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas if you go, see, this here, what we're cooking on, anything I can do on this, I can do on that, then it's a different conversation, isn't it? And they're like, again, they're like, just like, yeah, whatever you think, like, we'll make it work. And I'm like, yeah, sweet. So I did that yesterday, went really well, went better than I thought again. So I've had a good week. I'm not stupid. I think I was lucky with the 2 groups that I've had for the class and for the Wild Grill. That made it very easy for me. It's not always going to be like that. I think having a group where everyone knows each other is a lot different. No, corporate gig is a lot different than having a group of strangers, because they all know each other, so they're banters.
Yeah,
from the whole group. But yeah, I'll make it work. They're doing an overnight one as well.
Really?
So they're going out
on a camp with them.
They've asked me to do it. And basically what it is...
Thieves campfire.
When they explained it to me, I said, I don't think that's going to work, because I don't think anyone's going to want brisket for breakfast. So I said the best thing to do, in my eyes, would be to have it where people turn up around 6, 7 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
You go through the prepping. You put your brisket on. They have a few drinks and burgers, smash burgers or something that night. They go to bed in a tent. They get up, they have a barbecue breakfast.
Yeah, and then have it for lunch.
And then they go home. Or they take it with them or whatever. And I think that's what we're going to be doing. I think that's a really good one.
That's a good idea.
In that location, mate, with the sun the way it is now.
You'll get no sleep.
Yeah, I won't get no sleep. Well, I'll be on double bubble water.
No sleep whatsoever.
Double bubble.
You'd have to, what would you do? Just set your alarm for every hour?
Yeah, I'll use the signals. Just
every hour. It drops below a certain temperature. Chuck the log on.
Yeah, it's what it is, isn't it? Smash it. Smash it, mate. Smash it. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Those were the topics. Again, I could talk about them for ages, hence me saying that I'm an idiot and I talk too much. But it's been a really exciting, really fun, good week or so. The lead up to it and then doing it, I'm glad it's done and it's under the belt. I'm back in at the farm doing the Wild Grill. I've got another corporate gig on Thursday. It's only one session on Thursday and it's not till the evening, so it's 4 till 8. And then Friday, Saturday, I've got one in the morning and one in the evening both days. So it's busy.
Once you do a few, though, you can get into it.
Honestly, mate, I hope they don't hear this, but it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, good.
I'm messing around with a barbecue and chatting and talking about barbecue, pretty much. It's kind of like I'm living the dream.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm living the dream. So yeah, that's been it really. That's all the topics. I hope we've not bored you too much, but
we've got any announcement?
Other than I think we've got a pretty cool day tomorrow. I'm meeting up with James Peck for lunch.
Yeah. I forgot that when you said that to me, and I was thinking, what you call
So we're meeting James tomorrow for lunch. He's up in Manchester. Well, he's up in the northwest. So we're going to go meet him for lunch. We're going to go to Cafe Continental for lunch.
Type of cuisines.
It's all fine, cool stuff. Have you not seen it?
No, I remember you saying this to me.
Oh, mate.
I remember you saying this to me.
It's like super...
I was thinking...
It's like super...
I just didn't get a chance to look like...
Cafe Continental, yeah. I'll show you now. This is going to be great content, but like...
But it's in Staley, Vegas.
Eating with Todd's been there.
Oh, it looks good. Oh, nice.
There's like a waiting list for the Sunday dinner, Sunday lunch. You can't go.
Lobster.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it's that good that I had to book and pay a deposit for 11
It's the one say the bridge, isn't it?
Yeah, for 11 o'clock on a Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Steak looks amazing.
Yeah.
Basque burnt cheesecake.
Yeah.
I need to do that on the barbecue again.
Oh, says our mate.
It does look really good.
It does look mega, doesn't it?
That Yorkie looks so good.
I just thought it was a good excuse, you know.
Making me hungry.
I know, look at that. That's lasagna.
That looks really cool.
Like cooked sideways. Not lay on its side.
Yeah. I know anything like that.
Oh, this is great content that people listen to. Anyway, check out Cafe Continental's Instagram page.
Well, I'm going to be part of the reviews next week.
Yeah, it's like does a review. But yeah, it's going to be really good to meet up with James. We're speaking with each other fairly frequently and just winding each other up on Instagram. I keep sending pictures of me Crocs and socks images.
Nice. We need to
Shouldn't have commented on them. Yeah, I'm going to tag him all the time now. But yeah, so that's going to be good. We'll talk about that in the next pod. And then he is going to be coming on a pod at some point. He's a very busy man, so it's just trying to get the...
Arrange everyone's schedule.
Yeah. And there are a number of other people who are requested to come on the pod. And again, it is just schedules at the minute. So, yeah. We are also, it's probably worth mentioning just before we sign off, we're on episode 14. We are going to come to a point where we're just going to have a little break and we're just going to call that season 1.
Yeah.
And then come back for season 2.
We've got a lot of like sort of pod maintenance sort of things.
Yeah.
And stuff that we need to probably spend this time to sort stuff out.
Yeah. After every pod, we always say we need to do the admin. We need to do the admin and we need to write this down. We need to schedule this, that. And then we go, yeah. And then we just don't do it. So we're gonna take like a couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't know. Yeah, it might be a week, might be 2, might be 3, might be 4. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we're gonna use that time to do that, and obviously, it's gonna be school holidays soon as well, summer holidays. So depending how it lies with holidays that we've got booked in. I'm away. I know I'm only away. I'm away for a weekend.
I'm only away for weeks. I'm not.
Yeah. So it's not too bad.
So you should be okay.
But we're going to do that. So we would absolutely love if you've reached out to us at all, since we've started about coming on. Do please reach out again and let us know that you are, because we are going to sit down and get a schedule together.
It all booked in.
We didn't realise how
well received.
Yeah, well received it was going to be, and we are massively appreciative of that. And we 100%, like, we're only just getting started. We want this to carry on, which is why we do it fortnightly, so it doesn't become a chore, and why we are going to take a couple of weeks where we can just sort of recoup and recharge. And who's to say, while we're apart and not meeting up for the pods, we might still be doing stuff for the pod. So if I'm somewhere and bump into someone, I might record something and just have it in the bank.
Yeah.
For dropping it in. But yeah, do reach out if you're interested. And we're still going to do shout outs for anyone and everyone that wants us to, whether it's just a shout out to say hi, or it's a shout out to say you've got an event coming up, or you're releasing something, or you're starting a new brand. We'll support where we can, because that's what it's all about. And yeah, there is some other bits, but we probably can't talk about that yet. So yeah, there's some exciting stuff happening. But yeah, I think that's it, mate. Don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe, tag us, keep tagging us. We are mainly on Instagram, but there is a Facebook page as well. So if you mainly Facebook, please do reach out. We are also on TikTok now. Decky's on TikTok.
Oh my God,
that's going to be coming alive. And it's testament. From the beginning, you were going, TikTok, not for me. No, I'm not. It's for kids, that. It's for kids. And then today, someone. In fact, he didn't even say it. I got a notification on TikTok saying, Cheshire Grill is on TikTok.
I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it. I'm just going to have to do it.
I'm on it, and I always forget to post on it. I always forget.
We'll see.
If anyone, I tell you what, I'm going to do a shout out. If anyone is tech-minded and knows that there's some sort of app or program where
you can cross-post.
Yeah, you just upload something once and it does it all for you. I would love to know if there is one. And also, we love our logo.
Yeah.
It was done in 5 minutes on Photoshop, but I think it's belting. But we are thinking of maybe getting some merch and getting some t-shirts. I mean, for us to wear. And I don't think something that's been designed by me. I think if you zoomed in close enough, the resolution, it would start to get
pixely
weird. Yeah. So if anyone's a graphic designer or something like that and has got time on the hands and wants to help us out,
there's like 4 accounts there, really.
Yeah. We'd be interested in a chat. We don't want we want to keep it sort of the same vibe. We don't want it to be sort of like graffiti-esque, cartoony, you know, like a lot of them, man. Not that there's anything wrong with them. We just sort of want to keep the same vibe as what we've already got, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's one of them. We're not going shopping looking for logos, but anyone wants to help us out, you know, we'll visit a chat and you know, we'll give you as much as we can, free t-shirt and that. But yeah, that is it. So like, follow, share, subscribe on all the platforms, give us a shout out, and
keep the flames lit and the fires burning.
Yeah, keep them fires burning. That's going on a t-shirt, mate.
Oh my!
I think you should keep the flames lit on yours, and I'll keep the fires burning on mine. So when we're stood together at festival,
oh no goodness!
Well, I've got to make sure we're stood in the right order.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, listening, and all that stuff. I'll see you later. Got to get t-shirts, mate.
Yes.
Got to get t-shirts. From the Shack podcast is sponsored by Thermopen. Designed for chefs and loved by home cooks worldwide, Thermopen ensures perfectly cooked food every single time. With its unrivaled speed and accuracy, sleek waterproof design, and a 5-year guarantee, Thermopen is certified to perfect every roast, bake, barbecue and steak. Myself and Dec highly recommend Thermopen as it's the only food thermometer that we use at home as well as when we're cooking at our pop-ups. So cook to temp and not time and enjoy the episode.